Manchester United's loan interest in Joao Felix from Atletico Madrid this January winter transfer window has been confirmed by Duncan Cassius. Then Fabrizio Romano has confirmed to us or revealed to us the plan that Erik ten Hag has for Marcus Rashford. And lastly, we are going to talk about the misery of Jadon Sancho. Ten Hag has confirmed to us today that he is not going to be available in the game against Nottingham. That leaves us very inquisitive about the current situation of Jadon Sancho. Why is it taking months? Because he went there when you're going to the World Cup. Now a month down, he has really went into the second month in Netherlands. What is exactly wrong with Jadon Sancho? Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. Rokan David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a day. Remember, this channel does broadcast on a daily. That's it. And this is our second story of the day, meaning that we are left with one story to go. It's going to be up on this channel in the next 2 hours. That's when the video is really going to be up onto the United Matters channel. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 10,000 subscribers. Remember, we are having close to 9,300 subscribers, meaning that 700 subscribers are left to hit 10,000. I really thought that we would end the year when you've already hit 10,000 subscribers, but it looks like people don't like to subscribe. Please subscribe and subscribe because we are left with just little subscribers to hit 10,000 subscribers. So let's keep this dream alive. Not so? All right. Let's start off with the Duncan Cassius story that is linking Joao Felix to a loan move to Manchester United. Now, he's telling us that Atletico Madrid are asking for a loan fee of £80 million plus Joao Felix's full salary to be paid. There would be no contractual option to buy. Atletico prepared to loan Felix to the Premier League at what does FFP mean? Let me check. FFP cost. It's FFP at a firm fixed price. All right. So AFP means a firm fixed price. That's what United are really in for. Arsenal and United are interested in Portugal forward. That's it. If you want to know what I've talked about this story of Joao Felix beginning to Arsenal, go to Rokani Media Football. That's our other sister YouTube channel. Go there and you're going to see what I've really gone ahead to discuss about it. I've just uploaded that video. You can go really and watch it. And it's really getting massive views because it's having close to 70 people watching in when it's premiering just in 10 minutes, meaning that people have gone ahead to love it and they love the message in it. So join the bandwagon by also going and subscribing to the Rokani Media Football too. Now let's dissect this story of Manchester United. First statement, Atletico are asking for a loan fee of £80 million plus Felix's full salary to be paid in full. Is it standard? Is it okay? Yeah, I think United would accept £80 million. Do you know why? United have already liked to get players on the cheap. In the situation where they are in, it doesn't require them to go on and spend huge. That's it. So, what is the plan? If there is a chance to get in Joao Felix on a free, because when you get him on £8 million with no obligation to buy, paying his full salary, that is like getting him on a free for Manchester United because the player is worth £100 million. So that is something that the United club will love to go on and do. I believe even the Glazers would love to go on and get that deal done and dusted in the beginning of January because it is really cost saving. It's cost efficient for Manchester United as a club that doesn't want to spend a lot of money. Secondly, £80 million is really in the region to the amount of money that even United requests for players that they've been loaning out to teams like Sevilla, to teams like Crystal Palace, Crystal Palace, Everton, and very many other teams here. United has been loaning its players. Recently, United last season in the January transfer window, they loaned Anton Martial on a 6-month loan to Sevilla, and they called for £6 million plus Sevilla to pay Anton Martial's full salary of £250,000 a week. So I believe United's okay with it because it's almost the same thing that they do when they're loaning out one of their better players for the team. Even Joao Felix is in the situation of what Anton Martial was into at Manchester United in the January of this year. Ralf Rangnick approached him and told him, please, I'm not going to stay. I want to go. I think I've given enough to Manchester United and I don't believe they deserve more time for me because I believe I'm in my evening. I'm in the evening of my career at Manchester United. But later, Ten Hag really revived the hope of Anton Martial, and Martial has decided to go on and stay at the club of Manchester United. And you see him happy. He has now played 7 games with 6 goal involvements. What a season he's having at Manchester United. I believe Ten Hag has really helped him to see him smile again. And the smiling Anton Martial is the player that we all want. Then, Duncan Castles, he has told us that there would be no contractual option to buy. This is a plus to Manchester United. These are the deals they want because they know we are going to get the player, pay £8 million, then pay his salary of £250,000 a week. You get a month, that is £1 million. Those are £6 million, meaning that they would have paid just £14 million, of which it's not something that is going to hurt them and hurt their pockets because they've just offloaded Cristiano Ronaldo, who was earning close to £2 million a week. Sorry, £2 million a month. Now they brought in Joao Felix, who is just going to earn £1 million. So I think that's a very huge cut off for United, and they would love to go on and do that. And they've gone ahead to let us know that Atletico prepared to loan Felix to Premier League club at a fair firm price cost. Arsenal and United are interested in the forward. So United are interested. Duncan Castles, he works for the Times, and obviously he's a sports journalist who really runs a podcast known as the Transfer Window Podcast in the Sunday Times. That is Duncan Castles. And to be so much on point and to bring you up to speed, remember, he broke the story of Ronaldo leaving United and wanting to go to join Chelsea because his agent George Mendes had met with Tony Boyle in July. You remember that very well. He's the man that broke it, and we had our discussions onto that story of Cristiano Ronaldo. But where does this leave Cody Gakpo deal? One will go and ask, now what about Cody Gakpo? I believe United is going to sign Cody Gakpo, and if at all there is a chance to get Joao Felix on loan, Erik ten Hag will go on and do the needful and bring him on. Remember, when if Ronaldo was going to go, Ten Hag told the board, I want 2 more centre forwards. And if Ronaldo was going to stay, he wanted 1 more. Now, with Ronaldo's vacuum, that means we now have 2 vacuums, or voids to fill of centre forwards. So, when you bring in Cody Gakpo, that's 1, and Joao Felix, that's 2. So let no one deceive you that United won't go in for these 2 players, because for Cody Gakpo, things are really going the right way. And I believe if at all you tell Erik ten Hag that of the 2, who are you going to bring, he'll say, get me Cody Gakpo, because he knows exactly what he's all about, tailor-made for the Premier League because of his physicality, yet Joao Felix's physicality is really questionable. But I believe that both of these players can be brought at Manchester United because George Mendes is really a very, very, very good agent for Manchester United. He has gotten them some good players: Ronaldo, Nani, Bruno Fernandes, and very many others, just to mention but a few. Then he has gone ahead to negotiate very many deals of players that he does not manage, but also want to come to the Premier League. And United held some good talks with him as Ronaldo really wanted to leave United because they never wanted to destroy or break their relationship with him, as he's a senior agent who has very many players that United would have loved to buy. Now there is one on the market, that is Joao Felix, and maybe he would really like him to come in at Manchester United and really play a very fundamental role for the club of Manchester United. Leaving that at that, that is Joao Felix. Let's wait to see what developments are going to be there after Di Marzio confirmed to us that the player wants to go on and play in PSG. Yet I came out and rubbish that. I said he's too young to see to it that he goes to the Farmers League. I believe he is wanting to come to the Premier League to revive his career and announce his return on a high note on a big club, but the battle is in between Manchester United and Arsenal, both of them wanting strikers because Arsenal lost Joao Felix. Arsenal lost Jesus, who is going to return in the beginning of March, and United lost Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, there is a void for them to fill at the club known as Arsenal. The difference is that United are really having one out-and-out striker, Anton Martial, but Arsenal are really having Edin Ketia and the injured Jesus, meaning that when Joao Felix comes in through, they would have tallied their number to 3. But United needs 2 more. And if there is an opportunity of getting him on loan, I believe Ten Hag will tell the board, can that happen? If it can happen, let's get it done with Cody Gakpo. Now, let's go to Marcus Rashford, a man who scored a sole effort goal against Burnley that really made people to really give him his flowers. Now, Fabrizio Romano has told us the following, that Erik ten Hag is pushing hard for Marcus Rashford to stay as big part of his future project. A new meeting will take place to offer him a long-term deal. Ten Hag loves Rashford, wants him to stay at all costs. Obviously, even when the story came out in, was it July or August? I think August, that Marcus Rashford's brother, who doubles as his agent, had held talks with a team known as PSG in Paris to sign Marcus Rashford, and £60 million were up to be grabbed by United from the sale of Rashford. Ten Hag came out and said Rashford is here for keeps. He's going nowhere. He's one of those players that I really believe in and can go on and really improve. And when you look at Marcus Rashford, it's written all over the book that the lad is going to stay. However much they triggered his 1-year contract left at Manchester United, Rashford wants to start the club. The reason as to why it was triggered, they never wanted him to be disturbed by clubs in January. That would have really unsettled him at the club and his performance would have been costed. But with that 1 year added, that means they can go on a negotiated deal in these 6 months. And I believe towards the end of this season, the deal of Rashford is going to be announced. Rashford also knows that United has made him what he is. Secondly, they've gone ahead to make him one of the best players in the world, and his face is out there because of Manchester United. So United has done a lot for him, but he has done little for United. He has not won them a Premier League and a Champions League, and it's better for him to think of leaving United after getting United to that triumph, meaning that he wants to stay. I'm 100% sure he wants to stay. Then Erik ten Hag, for him, he has gone ahead to show him that when you start the club, you are going to be improved like this. Because Rashford was not good at playing as a right attacking midfielder like you saw him play against Burnley for almost 70 minutes. That's where he was playing as a left, 60 minutes, That's where he played, and that's where he really scored that goal from. If you only watched him at the World Cup, you saw how he scored his 3 goals in that fashion. It was in the same fashion he used to go on and really get it done. So I believe things for Marcus Rashford are really great, and he wants to leave the club. And I believe Ten Hag also knows that the player wants to go on and do that. But I believe the problem is all about the amount of money that Rashford is wanting. I believe Rashford wants close to £400,000 a week. I think that's his call. But United, as they are fighting the wage bill not to go on and really be immense, they need to go on and negotiate with Marcus Rashford. That the reason for us to give you this contract is ABCD, but obviously Rashford is in a strong position to negotiate a hefty deal that he wants at Manchester United. So let's wait and see what is going to happen. But I'm 100% sure Rashford is going to stay at the club. He loves Manchester United. He's having a new manager who is really improving him. He's scoring goals left and right and center. I believe he wouldn't love to leave a club where he's seen as the pinnacle of the project, because he's 24, 25 years of age. That is Marcus Rashford. Obviously, he has hit his prime, and thank God enough that at the time he's hitting his prime, there is a manager that is good at improving players and is in the right hands of Erik ten Hag with Ben McCarthy to go on and teach him to score even goals with headers. This season, he has scored 2 2 goals with his head. Can you imagine? Rashford couldn't go ahead and really score goals with his head. So that's all the improvement laid in by the manager and the coach who coaches the forwards. That is Ben McCarthy, one of the deadliest African strikers I've known in his era. He was part of the Mourinho team in FC Porto that won the Champions League. And I remember him very well. Was it 2003? 2002, 2003, when they knocked us out at the quarterfinals of the Champions League, Benfica coming and beating us at Old Trafford. And guess who scored that goal? It was Ben McCarthy. And United couldn't find its foot back to level the game and really win it, because we had suffered a draw, I think, in Portugal. And here we just need to go on and really hold a goalless draw, because I think the game had ended 1-1 away in Portugal. And we just want to come here to really get a goalless draw and really be through. But that wasn't possible. And we are knocked out by FC Porto, to an extent that FC Porto reached an extent of winning the Champions League, because they had players like Ben McCarthy, they had Deco, they had Carvalho, and very many other good players that Jose Mourinho had really put together in that FC Porto team. Leaving that at that, we are joining the Sancho sad story. I really feel bad for Jadon Sancho, but if at all this is what is required for him to get back to the levels we want him to be, then he has to go in for. You see, in life, you have to pay a price for every success. If at all this is what is going to take Sancho back to the Sancho we knew way back from Borussia Dortmund, then let him do it. If at all he's earning or learning or getting back to what he is in the hard way, let it be. We've been told by Chris Wilder, he's a football writer for the Daily Mail, that Jadon Sancho is unlikely to be available against Nottingham Forest over Christmas as he continues his rehabilitation away from the club. The moment I saw Jadon Sancho delete all his Instagram posts, I was really hurt inside. I knew something was wrong. So that means to me that he doesn't have a thick skin and he's young. But this is what happens to you when you come to a club that is disintegrated like Manchester United. And these are all problems caused by the Glazers, because the intimidation that Sancho faced at United was when a manager bought him at £73 million and started to bench him. There is no team that can bench a player worth £73 million. Look at Erik ten Hag. Anthony bought at £85 million. He signed on, I think, Wednesday. And on Saturday, when United was playing Arsenal, he was in the starting 11 and he scored a goal on his debut. Lisandro Martinez started the game immediately. Eriksson, you get? I think Malacia and Casemiro are the unlikely ones, but Casemiro came in as a situation when he was not part of the preseason, and he put him in and was playing in a sensitive position, that's the midfield. So by the time he came in through, Scott McTominay and Eriksson had picked up very well. It was hard for the manager to forego that partnership. But when Casemiro came in, almost fitted in the glove with Eriksson, and he played them together, Scott McTominay went back onto the bench. So I believe Sancho faced that problem when he was at the club. But things went to torment him, especially when he was not included into the UEFA Nations squad that played against Germany and Italy. Remember, he was on form. He had scored like 3 goals and put up like 2 assists in his previous 6 games. And that really put him down a lot. And he got to know that I'm not going to the World Cup. It hurt him a lot because he believed that he would have been part of the English team to play in the World Cup, but he was not taken to the World Cup. And that was like salt to an injury. That's when you saw his form really dipping down in all sorts of life, and he was shrinking. Then Ten Hag said, I need to handle this guy in a very proper way. But Erik Ten Hag is a master of handling just situations, and I believe we are going to get a Jadon Sancho that is fully back and better. Not so? So let's wait and see to it that he returns, but don't expect him to be part of the game of United versus Nottingham Forest that's going to be played on Tuesday next week. Not so? So, thank you guys for watching in through. Tell me what you think about Joao Felix. All United, Joao Felix loan interest confirmed. Then you tell me what you think about Marcus Rashford. Erik ten Hag wanting him to stay for United for a long time. And I believe a contract of £400,000 is going to be given to him per week. Do you agree with it or not? Then what do you think about the Jadon Sancho situation that has seen him be in rehabilitation for now a month plus and is not going to be part of the United team that is going to be playing against Nottingham Forest? But I know he will return back and strong. Sancho, wherever you are, maybe this video, maybe you might come across this video, or whoever watches this video and can cut out this thing and can deliver it to him. I know you're going to come back big and better. I've always told the fans and you, Sancho, that class is permanent, but form is temporary. You have the class, you have the talent, and I believe you're going to come back big and better. That is Jadon Sancho. Thank you guys for watching in through. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. One more video left, and I'm going to return with a bang. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. I'm out.